here's my take. Mexico could be entering a golden age. It's perfectly placed to benefit from the growing tensions between the United States and China. Parts of the country are already seeing a boom as companies diversify away from China and invest in Mexico. In fact, a good chunk of that investment is being made by Chinese companies that are finding a way to continue to sell goods to the United States. The state of Nuevo León, where much of the country's advanced manufacturing is centered, has received almost $7 billion in investment since late 2021, and its governor expects Tesla's recently announced plan to build a gigafactory there to yield $10 billion over time. Laredo, Texas, which deals almost exclusively with Mexican trade, last October beat out Los Angeles as the United States' busiest port. But these promising economic wins are being stifled by bad politics. For the last 3 decades, Mexico has had a run of presidents who, while they have had their flaws, were serious about policy and tried to modernize the country, albeit with varying degrees of success. Alas, that luck has run out. Mexico's president since 2018, Andrés Manuel López Obrador, known as AMLO, is a populist demagogue who recalls the strongman tradition in Latin American history. AMLO's COVID policies were a disaster. Mexico has had one of the highest COVID case fatality ratios in the world. His economic policies have been anti-growth. By one estimate, nearly 4 million Mexicans have slipped into poverty since 2019. He has failed to take on the drug cartels. And he has attacked Mexican political institutions, many of which have acquired legitimacy and competence only recently. His current effort might be the most dangerous. For most of the 20th century, Mexico was a one-party state, with fraudulent elections ensuring that the ruling party always won. That changed in 2000, when President Ernesto Zedillo's electoral reforms enabled the country's first free and fair election, which the ruling party lost. Out of the same spirit of democratization came the National Election Agency, the INE, which has developed a reputation for being independent and competent. Last month, AMLO's party passed a bill to drastically weaken that agency. AMLO had initially pushed a plan that would have killed the INE altogether and replaced it with a new body, but he couldn't clear the bar to pass a constitutional amendment, so he has settled for legislation that hollows it out. Its budget will be cut by nearly a third. Many local offices will be closed. 6,000 staff members will be laid off. Its powers will be curtailed.